honest.
I ain't gonna lie. I think this episode just be straight scripture, bro.
Don't listen to him so you won't get in trouble, but listen to him for your conscience.
Do you think, like, secretly they believe Jesus is everything he said he was?
You gotta understand, bro. Jesus was not just talking. Yeah, he's gracious, he's merciful, but he's also gonna come back and be a wrathful judge. You can read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John 50 times over.
Something.
Praise Jesus. Everything he does is for his glory. Then why would he do anything that has a potential to diminish his glory?
And just like that, I got a new case.
What got a new case?
Bro, I have a clock coming in today.
Like what? You see what I'm talking about, bro? You just be buying stuff.
I'm trying to renovate my room, bro. It's really for next year, though.
You trying to renovate this room?
Yo. Yeah, it's really for next year, though. Mm-hmm. But no. I'm buying it because I'm moving out. Mm-hmm. But I got a minute till I move out. So I'm buying it, might as well put it up. But it's really for next year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. But you don't think it's going to be a hassle trying to bring it down whenever you move out?
It's going to be a hassle to move out, period.
I mean, but that's just extra stuff. Extra stuff added on to the already
I don't have
hassle filled. Huh?
I don't really have. I only have like in my room, my clothes, my TV, my game.
It's not a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and my refrigerator. But now it's just like it's the extra stuff. I might buy storage though.
You said you might buy storage?
Yeah, for the summer.
Like a storage space?
Yeah, for the summer.
Are they expensive?
I think Hannah bought some. I think she paid like $120 a month, which is not terrible. It's not terrible.
Compared to what?
Really like $80 a month, which is okay because I pay $80 a month now for certain things. What?
Y'all got it, bro.
You don't.
More power to you, brother.
I am struggling. I need some prayers.
Welcome back to the Kantkappod podcast, where we talk about Christian life in a sinful world.
I go by the name of Kane.
They call me KG.
Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and comment. I went blank for a second. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man.
I went blank. I'm sorry.
So, scripture of the day today.
Read it?
I mean, it don't matter.
No, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'm not a scholar like him.
I'm not a scholar.
Like
okay, I'm a scholar, but like
scholar.
Yeah, we're both scholars.
You read like like the narration.
I do not read like a narrator, bro.
Your speech is really well.
I do not read like a narrator, bro. That's crazy.
But the chapter today, I also want to talk about it a little bit. I got some notes.
All right, bet.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It comes out. It comes out of Ecclesiastes chapter 6. It's the fertility of life. It's how many verses? Only 12 verses, so let's get it. This is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and it is widespread among mankind. A person to whom God has given riches, wealth, and honor, so that his soul lacks nothing of all that he desires, yet God has not given him the opportunity to enjoy these things. But a foreigner enjoys them. This is fertility in a severe affliction. If a man fathers 100 children and lives many years, however many they may be, but his soul is not satisfied with good things, and he does not even have a proper burial, not say, better the miscarriage than he. For miscarriage comes in fertility and goes into darkness, and its name is covered in darkness. It has not even seen the sun, nor does it know it. Yet it is better off than that man. Even if the man lives 1,000 years twice, but does not see good things, do not all go to one and the same place. All a person labor is for his mouth, and yet his appetite is not satisfied. For what advantage does the wise person have over the fool? What does a person have, knowing how to walk before the living? What the eyes see is better than what the soul's desire. This too is fertility and striving after wind. Whatever exists has already been named, and it is not known what man is, for he cannot dispute with the one who is mightier than he is. For there are many words which increase fertility. When then is the advantage to a person? For who knows what is good for a person during his lifetime, during the few years of his future life, he will spend them like a shadow. For who can tell a person what would happen after him under the sun? Ecclesiastes 6.
That's deep.
Did you understand it?
Not really. When I read, I actually got to like sit down and study it. So
I remember telling you about. I remember telling you about how I was studying Ecclesiastes 6. I think my mic is tripping, but I don't know. We're gonna push through though. There we go. It's better. Mm-hmm. It's Solomon, right? Mm-hmm. But at this point in time, Solomon is older.
Yeah.
He went through the things he went through. He tried a lot of things in life. Now he's talking about the whole book of Ecclesiastes is a point of view for when he say under the sun, he means a human perspective. Okay. And he's basically saying life is like overly crazy without God in your life. Mm-hmm. So Ecclesiastes 6, and the notes come from ChatGPT, so don't judge me. It says Ecclesiastes is Solomon continuing his deep reflection of the frustration and emptiness of life when it is lived under the sun. That is life viewed only from an earthly human perspective without anchoring meaning in God. In this chapter, Solomon focused especially on wealth, desires, and dissatisfaction, and he shows that even the things people think will fulfill them, often fail. So it goes into each verse breakdown, which we're not gonna do all 12 verses, but I want to do at least the first 6, right? Verse 1, Solomon begins by describing something he calls egregious evil. He says a person may have wealth, possession, honors, and everything they desire, but God does not allow them to enjoy it. Instead, someone else will enjoy it. What Solomon is saying, Solomon is confronting a painful truth. Having things does not guarantee fulfillment. This would have been shocking in this culture. In ancient Israel, in the surrounding world, wealth was often seen as a sign of God's blessing and favor. But Solomon is saying something deeper. You can be blessed outwardly, but empty inwardly. You can possess everything but feel nothing. You can spend your whole life building something and never truly experiencing satisfaction from it. Solomon knew this personally. He built massive projects, accumulated wealth, and expanded Israel's glory. But he discovered that possessions and enjoyment are not the same thing. Enjoyment itself is a gift from God. Without God giving the ability to enjoy, wealth becomes meaningless. This shows Solomon's beginning to realize that fulfillment is not found in these things themselves, but in God. In verses 3 to 6, a long life without satisfaction is worse than ever living. Solomon gives an extreme example. He says, even if a man has 100 kids, live many years, but never enjoy life, he says a stillborn child is better off than that man. This sounds harsh, but Solomon is making I'm not saying that word, a big claim and a spiritual point. What he means, in the ancient world, having many children and a long life was considered an ultimate blessing and success. But Solomon says, if a person lives a long time without meaning, peace, or satisfaction, then what was the point? A stillborn child never experienced suffering, frustration, or emptiness. The man who lived long experienced only dissatisfaction. Solomon is emphasizing that the length of life does not equal quality of life. A life without purpose, peace, and fulfillment is empty. This is Solomon dismantling the cultural belief that external success automatically equals a meaningful life. That's all. So to basically say, for people who never read the book of Ecclesiastes, I'm studying it now, and even when I start reading it, I'm like, oh my goodness, this nigga is just sad. but I had to do my research because I wasn't understanding like what about this has to do with God. It just sounded like straight bad things. But towards the end, which I'm not there yet, he started to like bring God into all these things, because these things itself is not going to give you the satisfaction. Yeah. So for the people who don't know who Solomon was that you? You
heard that, bro?
Yeah.
Yo, that was because of the water. I don't know what that was. That was crazy. That was wild.
For the person who don't know who Solomon was King David's son. And when Solomon reigned, he was considered one of the richest and wisest, and he had everything. Everything that you think an elite would have, Solomon had. Definitely at that time. So, Solomon, how can I put this? He had a connection with God, but he ended up falling away because he wanted earthly things. He wanted to do earthly things. Remember, Solomon was the same person that had 700 wives and 300 concubines. Or it might be the opposite, 300 wives and 700 concubines.
I don't remember.
It's one or two. Yeah. And he found himself in a great, I won't say depression. I mean, I guess that's a better word. And towards the end of his life, he started like, I don't really know the history of Solomon like that, but I just know like the very, very surface level. He ended up coming back to God, and I remember he asked God, it was Solomon that asked God. God was like, "I'll give you anything." He asked for wisdom.
Yes. In Second Kings, yeah. First Kings. I'm sorry.
So towards the end of his life, he wrote Ecclesiastes, which is, the best way to put it is, think of it as a debate. You have the atheist and you have the theist. Now, any great thing with debates is you use the other person's point of view to bring the bad in, and then you bring in why your side is great for the bad in that. So what Solomon's doing, and he's not doing this as like somebody that's doing research. He's doing this as somebody who lived the life. He had everything. He thought money would give him enjoyment. He thought sex would give him enjoyment. He thought building things and starting a legacy would give him enjoyment, but it never fulfilled him because and actually, I think in the chapter before, in Ecclesiastes 5, he was saying, you work, but it never brings you peace. You always want more. You always desire more. Your flesh is never succeed. If you hit that goal, now you think of what's the next goal to hit, and it never brings fulfillment. It's always an appetite there. Right. So what he's saying is, just to get back on point, the whole point of Ecclesiastes is to show what life is without God. The good is meaningless. The bad is meaningless. Death is better. Never being born is better. And then towards the later end, that's when he starts bringing in, but this is why God is important. Because he gives you fulfillment. He gives you such and such and such, which I haven't got there, so I can't really tell you. But off the research I did, it's like, okay, it's coming. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to bring that to y'all attention.
That's real, man. That's real. I think Ecclesiastes, I haven't even read the whole book of Ecclesiastes, honestly. I started it, but I didn't finish it. But I think Ecclesiastes is a very slept on book. But it's a very important book as well. Because like you said, dude, like Psalms 37:4 says, delight yourselves in the Lord and he will give you your heart's desires. And it's like, if you don't do that and you try to get your heart's desires like fame, riches, women, all this other stuff, if you try to get your heart's desire without Jesus Christ, it's pointless. Which is pretty much like you said, what Ecclesiastes is saying. And I think that's a very, 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 very important concept to grasp, especially in the world that we live in right now, because a lot of people are trying to chase these futile things without God. And it's like, you know, what Jesus said in Matthew 6:33, he says, seek ye first the kingdom, then everything else will be added unto you. But bro, you do this, you can do it without the kingdom. It's possible.
It's definitely possible.
But it's going to be, for what?
You're going to die.
Exactly.
It's just like, and you can't bring this with you, bro.
You can't. You can't.
Everything that's earthly stays on earth. All this is going to perish one day. It's even getting to the point, you know, the currency in ancient Israel is not even worth nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's everything loses value. It's gonna be a point in time, if the Lord allows, say it's another 3,000 years on earth before he wants to return. It's a good chance that the US dollar is worth nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's real. So that's real. And that's why, bro, that's why it's so important. That just brings me to the point of like, bro, you have to put God first in everything. You feel what I'm saying? Putting everything above him, having other little gods like chasing money, having other little gods like chasing fame, chasing whatever your version of success is, bro, it's all going to die out. You cannot go to heaven and be like, God, yo, look, I got $1 billion. Let me into heaven right quick. You're going to be like, bro, what? $1 billion is $1 to me. What are you talking about?
It's not even that. It's just has like
it holds no value to him.
Bro, the rose in heaven is built out of gold. That's more than your whole country worth, right?
Facts.
Like, God don't care about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that doesn't bring him any. He gonna look at you like, okay, you got $1 billion, cool. You know what I'm saying? Did you live for me though? That's why focusing your mind on the kingdom of heaven rather than focusing your mind on your own kingdom is so important, bro. Because again, your own kingdom is only gonna get you so far. There are literally, like, I've heard stories about rich people, wealthy people who have had it all end up unaliving themselves. Because it was like, for what? You know what I'm saying? There's no true joy in all of the stuff that you chased. Like, so I don't know. The moral of that story, I think Ecclesiastes is a very important book to read, man. And honestly, you got me. I'm finna start reading it now. Honestly, I'm finna start reading it now. I started reading it earlier today. But yeah, I'm finna start reading it now because that's a very important concept to grasp. To be completely honest.
I ain't gonna lie. I think this episode just be straight scripture, bro.
I mean, it can.
I'm down. So I'm studying Ecclesiastes with my girl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading the book of Matthew by myself.
Okay.
And yesterday, I didn't read this morning. I read Ecclesiastes this morning because I told her I wanted to study. But I like to know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. So when we're studying together, I'm like, yeah, this is what it means and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
yeah.
confused, you know?
Not to cut you off, but like the study you do by yourself is a study you do with your girl.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, for sure. That's what's up.
Well, I try to. She don't say like I do, but I'm trying to like show her.
Introduce her to it.
Yeah.
I got you.
The area just read.
I feel you.
Yeah, but I'm trying to be like, you could read, but you gotta understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yesterday I was reading Matthew 22. I studied it. Not gonna lie. I found a new love studying.
Bro, I'm telling you, gang, it's so heavy. Dog.
It is, bro. And it's one thing I wanted to mention about, because when I read it, it was like, oh my goodness.
You understand now, bro?
It's not even, well, it's that, but it's just, hold on, I want to, it's when Jesus was talking to the Sadducees, not the Pharisees.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know what the difference between the Pharisees and the Sadducees.
Sadducees, yeah.
Sadducees.
Yeah.
So the Sadducees was, for the listener that don't know, they was the high priest. The Pharisees wasn't that high in ranking. They were just teachers. The Sadducees was a high priest, and they didn't really believe in the same thing that the Pharisees believed in. Like, they didn't believe in the resurrection. They just believed in the law and stuff like that, right? So they came to Jesus. I think it's two different times they came to Jesus. Which one? I forgot what the second one was. Jesus proved the resurrection. Let me go look at it. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Because how I study the Gospels, I don't really just like I study more the parables because the parables have like
actual meaning inside of it.
Yeah, and the thing with the parables is like Jesus is talking from a social point of view of what's going on in that culture. So you gotta understand what is he talking? Because sometimes you be talking about, bro, like, why is that important?
Facts, though, yeah.
And then when you gotta understand, he's saying things because he's not. The Gospels is for us, but he wasn't talking to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I see what you're saying to a certain extent though. I do think he was talking to us. Like, matter of fact, in Matthew 24, it literally has a verse that says, "Reader, pay attention." You know what I'm saying? So I do think he was talking to us in a certain extent, but at that very point in time, he was not talking to Kendall. He was not talking to Cain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he was talking to his disciples.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying though. So I think it's just to a certain extent.
Oh, it's not. It wasn't even that one, but we know that one too. I want to talk about all of it. The Matthew 22 is like
so heavy, gang.
So deep.
Yeah.
So the Sadducees, sorry, he talked to the Sadducees about two things. It was about the resurrection, and he was also asking them some. The Pharisees asked him, which is great? What's the greatest two commandments and stuff like that? Trying to test him.
Yeah.
But I want to. The one before that was like the Pharisees was asking him like what the tax.
The pay us taxes for season.
That's the one I want to talk about because it's like once I studied it and I broke it down, and I ain't gonna lie, I might judge you for this, but I use ChatGPT.
I do too.
Yeah, it's very impactful.
Sue me.
Yeah, it's very impactful.
Yeah.
So basically, when Jesus said, "Give to Caesar's what is Caesar's, and give to God what is God." The reason why that I never understood why that
mattered.
Yeah, like why they was like, oh my goodness, it was like the greatest answer you could put in something like that, right?
Yeah.
Until I studied it, Jesus. Oh my goodness, it's so crazy. Like what Jesus is doing, he's setting a standard, and he's also relaying. He's also teaching the scriptures while he's doing it. That's why it's so crazy. Because in Genesis 1 verse 24, the Trinity is like, let's make man in our image. And Jesus, before he said that, he asked, "Who is this on this coin?" And it's like, "It's Caesar." Okay, give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and give to God what is God. He's saying, bro, earthly. Oh my goodness! Like what earthly king? Jesus is not against earthly reigns. What he's saying is divine. Like the divine kingdom is more powerful and more beneficial, more impactful for your life. Right. What he's saying is he's splitting the two, because for people that don't know, the Jewish community back then thought the Messiah was going to be somebody that's going to take over politically. But Jesus is saying, like, no, I'm not here for that. I'm here to save your spiritual lives. You know what I'm saying? So he's basically saying, like, he's splitting the two. You're going to always be under somebody on earth, period. That's just how it is. Give to he's separating the earthly reign and divine reign. And it's just like, the reason why that answer was so like amazing, because they were trying to trap him, because they had, like, if you know, they had some what do they call the people that was like the Roman guards also there, because they
Centurions?
The Centurions came also. They listened to him because they were trying to trap him. He was like, "Why are you trying to trap him? Who name is on this? This is Caesar's. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and give the guy what is God." They was just like, oh my goodness. And I just never understood why that was so big. I was like, you would think that would be like, okay, that's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
But it's just, bro, it's just, I don't know, bro.
And in Romans, I think in Romans 13 or 14, it talks about, obey the authority that is here on earth. So in that moment, Jesus was 13. saying, 13, in that moment, Jesus was saying, like, because in Romans 13 it says those people are here for a reason. God put them in those authoritative positions for a reason. So listen to them. Not even listen to them just because they're in authority. Don't listen to them so you won't get in trouble, but listen to them for your conscience. You feel what I'm saying? For the sake of conscience. You feel me? So he was telling us, like, okay, I put them there for a reason. Listen to them. However, don't idolize them. Because that's what Caesar was trying to get them to do, was idolize him. You know what I'm saying? Because I think on the coin it said something like,
something
like, exactly. So he was essentially trying to get him to idolize. He was essentially trying to get his people to idolize him. But God was saying, like, hold on. Okay, pay taxes. Do what you got to do. Matter of fact, Jesus told Peter, he was like, bro, go to the lake and you'll find some more shekels. Go ahead, pay for me and you. You know what I'm saying? So Jesus followed the authority. But what he was saying in that moment, like you said, bro, don't idolize them. Don't just, put all your faith in them. At the end of the day, you are still my child. So you're supposed to follow me, but the authority that I put here on earth, you're supposed to follow that as well, because I put it there. You know what I'm saying?
And here's some notes that I got from chat about it when they was talking about it. And this is more of a breakdown, verse for verse. I'm sorry, give me 1 second. I'm trying to find it. I forgot. I didn't take notes on my iPad about it. I was got lazy, not gonna lie. But dang, hold on, I gotta find it, bro. Give me 1 second. Technical difficulties.
I'm about to play a song.
It was called the Herodians. The Herodians. Those was the people that came, right? And some of the notes I got from chat was, let's do a specific verse. During this time, Israel was under Roman rule. Jews was forced to pay taxes to Caesar. Many Jews hated this because it symbolized oppression. The tax mentioned here is the poll tax, which every adult male had to pay annually to Rome. This tax wasn't just financial; it was political and religious humiliation. Why? Because Caesar claimed divine authority. Some coins even called him son of a god. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 15. Then the heresies went and plotted together how they might trap him in what he said. The Pharisees were religious leaders who opposed Jesus. They were not asked, and they was not asking the under question. Their goal was to trap him publicly. They wanted Jesus to say something that would either get him arrested by Rome or lose support from the Jewish people. This is a political setup. In verse 16, the two groups appear. Pharisees, the strict Jewish leaders, hated Roman rule and Herodians, political supporters of Herod, loyal to Rome. These two groups normally opposed each other but united against Jesus. This showed how much influence and threat Jesus posed. They say, teacher, we know you are truthful. This is flattery. They were trying to lower his guard. Socially, flattery was often used before asking the dangerous political questions. In verse 17, they asked the question, this is a trap. Jesus says, yes, Jews will see him as supporting Rome. He loses. If Jesus say yes, Jews will see him as supporting Rome. He loses popularity. He looks like a traitor to Israel. If Jesus says no, Rome can arrest him for rebellion. He could be executed. Either answer deems dangerous. This is a perfect political trap. So the question that they asked by itself was like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not in their eyes. They was thinking there's no way Jesus get out of this.
Yeah.
There's no way that he can answer this gratefully. Like that's why they thought like, all right, we got him. Like something's gonna happen to him. Yeah. They got him. It just went away.
They're trying to find a reason to kill him.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna do every verse. It's gonna take way too long. I'm gonna get to the summary of it. All right. So socially and political meaning to the audience. This question was explosive. Jewish society had three main views. Some Jews supported Rome, some tolerated Rome, the Pharisees, and some violently opposed Rome, the Zealots. Jesus avoids all extremes. He neither promotes rebellion nor blind submission. He established a higher authority, God. Deeper historical meaning. This moment happens during the Passover week, like a week before the week of Jesus' death. Passover celebrates liberation from foreign rulers, which was Egypt. Roman authorities were high alerts for rebellion. If Jesus had said don't pay the taxes, he would have been arrested immediately. His answer prevents that. Simple historical and social summary. The religious leaders tried to trap Jesus with a political question about Rome. If he supported Rome, Jews, they repeat it. I don't know why they're repeating it. Jesus answers wisely by saying, give to Caesar what is Caesar's, which is earthly obligations, and give to God what belongs to God, your ultimate loyalty. This avoids the trap establishing God's authority above all earthly rulers. So Jesus, I know I skipped a lot, and I'm reading fast and stuff like that. So basically Jesus answered it in a way where he avoids all the people that was listening to him, which is the Zealots. If you don't know what the Zealot was, they hated Roman oppression. They tried to go kill him. They was like, what can you describe as a Zealot in today's time? Like a hitman? Not even a hitman.
Like a I don't know.
It's just something I forgot. It's something because they used to go like a violent protest. Like they used to try to go kill them.
Yes.
In their protest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the Pharisees, which they tolerated Rome because they had no choice, but they was mainly there to teach the word, and they loved authority. And the Herodians, which is the Jews who loved Rome. Their loyalty was Rome, so they worked on Rome. It's like kind of like the tax collector, but they was more like the policeman for the Jewish policeman for Rome, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So all three of them was listening, and the Pharisees tried to trap him because in that time, it was big on honor and shame. So so public speeches was a common thing in first century Israel because social media was a thing. So people used to go to the marketplace and listen to the preaching, the teaching, and all whatever you believed in. There was somebody there in that marketplace talking about it. So when Jesus came, Jesus used to always draw a lot of attention because it's Jesus. I mean, it's the greatest. You know what I'm saying? So, but at that time they didn't know he was God. He revealed it, but he revealed it in ways where people wasn't going to automatically understand. You had to know the scriptures to understand. Yeah. So they listened to him and they was like, oh my goodness, like I never heard teaching like that. And the Pharisees used to hate this. They were really all like the local leaders, the Sadducees, the Pharisees, everybody that had like some type of like authority in that time used to hate it because they didn't want to lose the authority. So when Jesus answered that question, they used it to trap him because everybody's listening to him. And like I said, in the first century, the honor and shame was like big. So as soon as you said something that nobody agreed in the public social, you lose influence. And they wanted Jesus to do that so they could gain it back on their side. But them being stupid and talking to the person that literally said these words and made the foundation and understand everything. I got a question for you. Do you think, like, secretly they believed Jesus was everything he said he was? They just was blinded by their...
I can understand why you asked that question. I believe some of them did, like Nicodemus.
Yeah.
Nicodemus, as a matter of fact, the person that Jesus was talking to when he said, "For God so loved the world," he was talking to Nicodemus.
Yeah, I know that.
And Nicodemus, met Jesus at night. So I believe there was. I don't think that Nicodemus was the only Pharisee to believe that Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's too many. Like, it gets to a point. But okay,
like, bro, come on, bro.
We can't get here.
Like, he forgives sins, and he told this man to get up and walk. Like, come on, bro.
Somebody's hand.
Like, come on, bro. Come on.
Like, who does this? And one of the things, it's not in Matthew 22. It's early in Matthew when he healed somebody from being blind, or like he took away somebody's demons and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
They was like, I think it's Matthew 15, if I'm not mistaken, or 18, one of those. And they was like, he's doing that by the power of Satan. Because he is the prince of demons. Like, bro, that doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. You're just making things now. You're just mad. You're making up things now to
You a hater, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That don't even make sense. How could he said this in the scriptures? How could Satan cast out Satan? You know what I'm saying?
He can't.
That doesn't make sense, bro.
He literally, it's impossible. You can't do that.
You feel me? So, like, I honestly, to answer your question, yes. Because when you look at the Pharisees and the Sadducees and the Herodians, like, jealousy toward Jesus, they had to know something was there. You feel what I'm saying? They had to know, like, okay, where he actually might be who he says he is. You know what I'm saying?
There's no way. Like, that's the thing, though. Remember where a guy was like, he dilutes people who harden their hearts to him. I feel like God probably, like, because it had to happen. So God just went there, like, they're not going to believe, just harden their heart.
Yeah.
So things can happen and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I 100% believe that, bro, because, and... man, that actually makes a lot of sense. Because look at Matthew 23 when he gave the 8 woes. Like,
I'm not there yet. Well, I've been read Matthew, but I'm just...
Yeah, that's your next chapter. Okay, I ain't gonna say nothing there, but...
Well, yeah. I know what Matthew 23 is. 23 and 24 is when he was, like, going crazy over it. Well,
23 was when he was going crazy on the Pharisees. 24 was prophecy. That was a prophetic chapter. Yeah. But, I don't know. To answer your question, yes, I do believe that there was some sense of jealousy. Not when he first came. I don't believe there was a sense of jealousy when he first came, because I just genuinely think they didn't know. But I think as time went on and they continued to try to trap him, it was like, oh wait.
I think it's at a point that's not even a question.
Yeah.
It's not even a question. Definitely, like when you read Matthew 22 and a little bit of Matthew 21, when they're trying to get him as hard as possible, it's just like they can't get him. It gets to a point like, all right, bro. There's no way it's either like he's just the smartest person that ever walked this earth, or he's actually who he said he was. It's like you can't have it in between, bro.
Yeah.
So I think And then that's remember in Matthew 21, like, bro, you're going to get a worse punishment than Sodom and then Tyre and all of them, like, because even then, where's the place that Jonah went to and they had
Nineveh. Yeah.
He like even wicked Nineveh repented.
Yeah.
When they got preached to.
Yep.
I'm here and you just not
refusing to believe, bro. Yeah.
And like, bro, they would enter the kingdom of heaven before you ever will.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, read the gospel, bro. Like, it's so impactful. It's nothing in there that you think you understand. Cause it got to the point I read Matthew it's like my 12th time reading Matthew again.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm relearning because I'm doing research in a way I never did it before. I just read. Now it's like I'm trying to understand. And it's like I'm relearning. I'm getting a new flow of knowledge where Jesus was talking about. It's just like, bro, it's just great.
Yeah, and it's a reason like. I can see, like, since you started studying, you found, like, not a new love, but, like, I don't know the word. For lack of better terms, you found a new love for the scriptures. Like, you're geeking out over the scriptures. I ain't gonna lie. You are. I mean, but it's a good thing, because I geek out over the scriptures, too. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not geeking.
Yes, you are.
It's exciting to know, because I was praying. I'm like, bro, where's the fire at? You know what I'm saying? I know everything. Now, do I still feel like I'm struggling in some way?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm learning again.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's more about just reading. You got to do it. And that's what I'm struggling at. You know what I'm saying? I sin every day, bro. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of annoying. But, like, I don't know. We got to get ready to go soon.
What time is it?
11.
All right, but yeah, but that's one of the reasons why the scriptures are so important, bro. Because if you read the scripture, if you read Hebrews 4 verse 12, it says the Bible is active, the Bible is living, and it's piercing every joint, bone, and marrow. You know what I'm saying? And you got to understand, bro. Jesus was not just talking. Like, this was something that I actually talked about. I went to the Bible study that was here at Cullen on Thursday. Yeah. I was telling them, like, bro, Jesus was not just saying things. Like, everything that he said is historically accurate, and you can go verify everything that he said. You know what I'm saying? You can go verify everything that he did. You can verify stuff from the flood. Like, real right. You can verify stuff from the flood. That's historical, gang. So, bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, like, read the Bible, like he's saying, and read the Gospels, bro. Know who Jesus is. The whole scriptures are about Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Everything lines up to Jesus. It says in the scriptures, it says in John 1:3, everything was made through him, and everything was made through him, and there was not anything that was made that was not through him, or something like that. It was something along those lines. Huh?
Not for him.
Yeah. It was something along those lines, bro, because everything is about Jesus, bro. Everything is about Jesus, bro. He is.
It's a hard truth to swallow.
It is. Not a lot of people want to hear that, bro. But, bro, when you really sit back and read the Gospels, when you really sit back and read the scriptures, bro, you understand, it was about him the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was about him the whole time, bro. And especially in the times that we're in right now, read the Bible, bro, because a lot of what's happening in the world right now is coming straight from the book from the Bible. Everything, not everything, but a lot of the stuff that is happening right now is coming straight from the Bible, bro. And I really think we're in a point in time right now where God is, like, aligning things and putting things in their places, so whenever the tribulation happens, or whenever what's supposed to happen is going to happen, everything's lined up and it's ready. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think right now we're in a time where God is gathering the remnant to himself. God is gathering the people who are supposed to be there with him, who are supposed to be following Christ. He is gathering those people to himself. So, bro, please don't be one of the people that are not in the remnant that he's gathering, bro. Please do not. Because I was reading the book of Isaiah. Dude, reading the book of Isaiah gives you, like, a different kind of fire, bro.
You're always reading Isaiah.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, I know, but, like, it's so many chapters, dude. It's 66 chapters, bro. I'm only on, like...
Yeah, you read the whole Isaiah?
No, the farthest I gotten is, like, chapter 19.
Are you serious?
I'm so serious.
I feel like you've been reading Isaiah since you started.
Because I keep taking breaks.
Oh, okay.
Because it's such a long thing. Because, like, I know some of the scriptures that are in Isaiah already, like Isaiah 40:31, or like Isaiah 53. Isaiah 53, the whole thing. That's a suffering servant. That's messianic prophecy. You know what I'm saying? I know Isaiah 53 already. So like trying to start Isaiah from Isaiah 1 and trying to get to the places where I already know it's kind of hard. You feel me? I was actually talking to Amari about this yesterday. He was saying like trying to read the Bible in order is pretty hard. You feel me? Because especially if you done read it out of order already. Like I started reading the Bible with Matthew, I believe. Yeah, that was the first chapter I ever read. And you know, now I'm trying to backtrack and do everything in order. Like, bro, I already know what Jesus did. You know, so it's like
I'm trying to do better reading the Old Testament. That's why I wanted to read Ecclesiastes.
Yeah.
Like, I think the only Old Testament book I ever read was Genesis, and I ain't read Genesis yet.
I read all of Genesis. Now I need to read it again, but I did read all of Genesis.
So no, I read every book in the New Testament like at least one time already.
Have you not read Proverbs all the way through?
No.
Really?
No.
What?
I read like a couple Psalms.
Bro, it's 150 chapters again.
I read like maybe like 4 or 5 Psalms. I want to do better reading the Old Testament. I wanted to get the Jesus down pat.
Nah, facts,
you know
bro.
What I'm saying?
Facts.
I wanted to get Jesus down pat because I mean, we're here for the Father too, but just, I don't know. I really want, because when I first came to Christ, I had more questions about Jesus. I always believed there was a God.
Yeah.
Just like, who's Jesus?
Exactly.
Why do everybody believe in Jesus?
Yeah, why is he so important? Yeah. Like we know what we were told about. He died and resurrected on the third day. It was just like,
like, who is he for real?
You know what I'm saying?
Because how I thought of Jesus before I read this, I thought he was like a hippie, like love and peace, man.
And see, that's the problem, bro, because that's what the world did. Yeah. That's what the world has made it out to be. But then you read the scriptures and you see, like, yeah, he's gracious, he's merciful, but he's also going to come back and be a wrathful judge.
Jesus is a man. Bro.
He's not playing, bro.
He's no disrespect, Lord. You kind of thuggish.
Gangster, I ain't gonna lie, man.
Bro.
You feel
you know how much like gold you have to have in you to go to the tabernacle and like destroy it?
But he literally, you know, he did that twice.
No, you know he did it.
In John 2, the incident in John 2, was it John 2? Yeah, the incident in John 2 was different than the incident in Matthew 21.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah. He did it twice, bro.
Well, that's
no, that's a real, yes,
historical fact.
yes. And correct me if I'm wrong. You can look it up, but he did it twice. The second time,
you said John 2.
Yeah, John 2 is what I think that was the first time he did it, and then in Matthew 20 or 21, that was the second time he did it. No, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong because in Matthew 21, that was the week of the Passover. John 2 was not the week of the Passover. Yeah, so no, I'm not wrong. He did it twice.
Tabernacle, right?
The temple in Jerusalem. He did it twice. The first time he drove out the money changers, and then the second time he flipped the tables and everything.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Did it twice, bro.
Oh wow! Yes, according to the gospel, Jesus cleared the temple twice, once in the beginning of his ministry. Oh my goodness! I think I know this.
Yeah.
I just never put two and two together.
Yeah, he did it twice.
So the first time when he did it in John, that was why he do that one.
Why?
Yeah.
It's
the same reason.
It was the same reason because the money changers, you know, they were pretty much inflating the sacrificial things that people needed to buy in the temple. But that was not the week of the Passover. But the week of the Passover, you know, the money changers was like, oh, boy, we finna be up. Because, bro, say Jerusalem's population was like 100,000, right? The week of the Passover, it would go up to like 400,000. Because people would come from out of the city to the temple of Jerusalem to celebrate Passover. So the money changers was like, oh, what?
Oh my goodness.
We up.
I'm reading on it. So it says there are several historical and textual reasons why they believe it's two different events. The first one, they happen at different times. John placing it at the beginning. Matthew, Mark, and Luke will place it at the end.
Mm-hmm.
These are separated by 3 years. Jesus says different things. In the first one, house of business. Second one is den of robbers. This shows progress Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The reactions are different. First, cleansing, leaders question his authority. Second one, leaders decide to kill him. Oh my goodness. I did not know this.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like the first time in Psalm 69 verse 9, it says, the zeal for your house will consume me. So that's why in John 2, that's messianic prophecy.
So in the first, bro, I don't know. I just never clicked. So in John, they did question about what authority are you doing?
Yeah.
In the last one, they was actually like, oh my goodness, no, we gotta kill this guy.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, because that's what David said in Psalm 69 verse 9. He said, the zeal for your house will consume me. That was messianic prophecy. That was him saying, they're going to be doing some nonsense in your house, and it's going to piss me off. You know what I'm saying?
And that's just, wow.
Yeah, bro.
Well, that's the episode we got for you.
Go ahead and wrap this up, man. But
it was a little short, nice, scripture episode. You know what I'm saying?
We hope y'all learned a little bit more about the scriptures, bro. We hope y'all, if anything, we hope this encouraged y'all to, when you're reading, to actually study. You know what I'm saying? Because I promise you, you can read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John 50 times over.
Something you miss.
But you miss something. But study the scriptures, bro, and I'm telling you, again, you'll get a whole new understanding of the things you've read 50 times over already. Yeah. And that 51st time, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I've never read this before, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, y'all be cool, man. Praise Jesus. We love y'all.
Yeah.
We out.